You can do it!
2,000 years later.
The Egyptians believed the most significant thing you could do in your life was die.
Hello, Moebius. Are you in your VDO?
Yep, I should be.
Are you sure?
God damn it, Moebius.
Instantly goes to check my version to make sure I've still got him.
Yeah, I just see a loading wheel.
Right.
Yeah, no, I've still got Moebius.
Mo, are you there, Mo?
Yeah.
I don't know how to look at these things.
That's your link. That's your link, Ian.
That's my link.
Properties. Because I'll send you the one that's working for my version of Mo. Just replace the link on the source.
Yeah, okay, so I go over here, I go over here.
That one works for Mo.
Okay. Copy text.
Over there then.
Go to OBS. Go over here. Paste. Doink.
Sorry.
Ow, noise, loud, my ears.
My bad.
For someone who's low
Sorry.
energy, you seem to be very loud.
Yeah,
the
it's
ability to be very loud.
Okay, so yeah, it's you're good. No, okay, so I'm still not getting Mo.
Click on the browser source and just refresh it.
Oh, okay, there we go. Refresh. Hey! We got a Mo! The Centaur of Attention himself. Alright.
This is going to be the running joke of the series, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, yes, actually. Yeah, Dane's right. But anyway.
That's because it's a running joke of in all of my campaigns that I run.
Well, yeah, I mean, the joke is at a full gallop at this point, I would say.
I don't know. I think it's maybe still in a bit of a trot.
Why don't we split the difference and say, like, a canter?
Yeah.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Can we stop horsing around and just get on with it?
Yeah, forcing me to huff it as always. Anyway!
I mean, I guess it's time for
we're all the glue that holds us together.
Yeah, it's time for the campaign.
Alright.
I signed up for this.
Because
you're the one who chose a
you
centaur.
love chaos. You're the one, yeah, you're the one who chose a centaur in a steampunk campaign.
Fair point.
Alright. Oh, man. Alright, so... we're all here. Bit a bit. Hello, guys. Welcome to another session of Afterfall. So, last session, we fought a bunch of robots. Automatons, as they're called. And...
We did.
Do you want rocks to fall?
No.
Okay. And then, you know what? So, yeah, there's a bunch of shenanigans. You want to know what happens? Recap somewhere. But anyway. So.
Recap somewhere.
So, now, seeing as how our group of intrepid mercenaries were the not only first, but best group to defeat the automatons, they are getting the first stab at their foray into the wilderness examination, one of the last exams they have before they can be considered fully fledged members of Minutemen Universal Security Incorporated, LLC. So,
It's a lot of acronyms.
yeah,
It's
no,
set in
no,
America, of course, there's acronyms.
yeah, well, it's just set in post-apocalyptic America. But anyway.
I don't
Anyway.
I don't want to hear it from Britain, Mr. MI6 and MI5.
Britain just has a
I'm
lot
sorry.
of numbers.
Sorry, MI6, MI5, and nothing. Oh, GCHQ.
Yes.
3.
The only one
How many
I
does
had
America
experience
have?
was the NHS. But anyway.
Oh, NHS.
Yeah, I spent 12 hours in an emergency room in York.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna ask one thing though. How many does America have in comparison to that?
Let's move on with the show!
Yes. Let's.
Alright, so, you all wake up in your beds. That's right, I made a map this time.
Wow. Good job.
Thank
I
you.
don't see much of the map. I only see my room. It's not fair.
Well, so you all have vaguely adjoining rooms. You all wake
Why do
up.
I got a pipe over my bed?
That is not
Gonna
supposed to
bonk
be
my
there.
face.
That is not supposed to be there, but you know what? you kind of gotta do a little wiggle to get out of your bunk.
Oh, if I can bonk my face on it.
It's fine.
Damn.
It's a
Oh, it's fine.
it's a generously sized ceiling anyway. Maybe.
Oh, okay. So generously sized. So we're not going to bump into Tui with a big bulge on the top of the head, like a cartoon.
No, because
Okay.
I am generous and we just started. All right.
Fair enough. Okay. I'll
So,
tailor my expectations.
you know what? Tui, you wake up. Thankfully, your shin kicker roommate is still fast asleep.
Mm.
No. He has
No.
that goblin as roommate. Oh no.
Oh no, that's just a
I'll take
really
care of it.
that's just a really angry halfling.
Right, halfling.
Okay,
But
continue.
yes.
Apologies,
You-
It has been a while.
You're good. Yeah, this is why I eventually want to hire an artist, because that is not supposed to be what the halfling is supposed to look like. Thank you, Google. Anyway. So yeah, Tui. So
Ah.
would you like to explain how things have been going for you, considering you have been just sort of out and about the last day or two? How has Chewie been holding up to mercenary training?
Fine. I guess just in the back, not like staying as far away from things as possible and as quiet as possible.
All right. So yeah, you wake up, you hear the low rattling of the pipes as pressurized
Bump my
steam
face.
moves through them. What do you do as you wake up?
First off, realize there's a pipe above my head and not bonk my face on it.
Good choice.
Probably just walk out the room.
All right. You can go ahead. So what you need to do is you can just click on the door. There you
Ah. Ah. That's fancy.
go. Yeah, no, I actually made a map. As you zoom
Those in
right by
chat,
the
as you can
stairs.
tell-
Yeah, I don't care about stairs.
Yeah. As you can tell, chat, this is some of our people's first times using Foundry.
Yeah. What is this? I should probably go downstairs.
As you approach the captain's room and you find it locked.
I didn't. Okay.
All right, so all right, and you go back downstairs. You can go onto the stairs.
I'm on the stairs. Ah!
And she's now downstairs. All right, the rest of you. Pascal, you wake up. Your roommate is snoring, not loudly, just soft snore.
Ooh.
You
Not very
realize
late
it
night,
is
though.
ungodly early.
Ungodly by how much?
Like ass crack at dawn early.
And do I remember what time we're meant to be getting up and ready for?
Ass crack at dawn, basically.
Ugh. Pascal's gonna, with way more effort than than really should be needed, throw off the blanket into the bottom corner of the room. He's got absolutely no care for keeping the room tidy right now. It's ass crack of dawn. He can't be asked, and he's gonna just drag himself out of bed and kind of, while as quiet as he can do, tiptoe out of the door to not wake his friend.
All right. Hang on. I'm
At
not.
least you're nice with that.
Oh, yay! Thank you, game.
All right, there we go. I just want to make sure that's working. Ah, yes. The bottom left corner, I finally have a chat extension for Foundry as well. All right.
Reload the world because it's just duplicating my token like Foundry likes to do.
I'm still seeing one of you in here.
Yeah, I'm trying to leave the room and it's not letting me because the door doesn't line up with the walls.
All
with
right.
the squares.
Hang on. Let me plop you over there. And now I can see chat do not pay attention to Dave.
Dave don't exist.
Dave don't exist. Alright, why is there why are there two of you?
Yeah, that happened when I attempted the summon thing earlier. So
Alright,
things broke a little bit.
Alright, there we go. Alright, now it's zooming.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. You're welcome.
Right.
All
So
right.
yeah, he's gonna. Which way is the stairs, and which way is like
Stairs are over here.
that way?
All right, now, Jimmy and Roderic. You wake up roughly at the same time.
Okay.
What the? Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, right.
The dogs in the nearby street are howling. That's how you woke up.
Outside.
Jimmy goes, ah, ah, ah.
Bloody hell. Ouch, my ear. What a racket. Right, what time is it? Oh. Ah. Oh, we're meant to be getting up anyway. Alright. And, sideways off the bed without rolling over, preferably. And then
Yeah.
stretch and out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get some breakfast. I'm a bit hungry. Come on. And following.
There you go.
Eat.
As you close the door on Jimmy and continue down the hall.
Yep.
Jimmy, what do you do?
He continues down the hall.
Right now.
You can click and drag.
Yeah.
All right.
How do...
It's not letting me. It's doing the same thing. Oh, there we go. Jesus. Hey, fuck.
Do you need a hand?
Yes, please. It's like
All
not
right.
letting me move anywhere.
There you go.
Thank
There we
you.
go.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Foundry walls tip. Make sure the doors are one square and line up with grid squares.
Yeah, I'll do that next time. I was like, but it's not even. It's gotta be symmetrical. Stairs are over here.
Okay. All right, there we go.
Alright, it's in that ground floor. So you see a halfling with just these massive mustache that goes into his sideburns, setting out breakfast.
I don't see. Oh, there it is.
Morning.
Morning.
And he's setting out what?
Setting out breakfast.
What's available?
Cheese, fruit, bread, meats of various kinds.
Jimmy's gonna go grab all the meats he can before anyone else can.
I mean, you do notice some people have gotten the meats as you look over the corner. Two of your fellow mercenaries in training are already eating. And you also have Captain Burns and the two lieutenants talking to each other over by the door.
Alright, he's going to get what's left of the meats before he get.
All right. As you do
Pascal
that,
kind of
Red
snuggles
looks
up next to
around, sighs, and just goes right back into the kitchen.
Pascal kind of sidles up next to Jimmy and just as Jimmy starts taking all the meat, he starts reaching across to try and take off of Jimmy's plate so that he still gets some.
Jimmy immediately slaps away your hand. Like, stop it.
Can't go out on an empty stomach. Are you going to share the food, or are you just going to expect us to wait?
He's like, there's other food on the table.
And I wanted some of that. And he points at like a couple of thick cuts of bacon.
Immediately downs them.
Jimmy,
Red,
you're a dick. And he just grabs like a banana or something and walks off.
As you walk off, Red comes back out, puts like some bacon and ham and a bunch of stuff on the table.
This
Then he
time,
goes back
I
into the kitchen.
need to position myself between Vat and Jimmy so that I can at least have a chance of getting something for Spark. So yeah, for me, bread and a bit of fruit and a couple of streaks of bacon for my little companion.
Now here's a universe question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't the dwarfs and the halflings and such just be able to walk under the centaur to get to shit?
The halfling, maybe. Dwarfs are a fair bit taller. Think of like an Italian grandmother height.
Also, it's a very dangerous thing to walk under or behind a horse.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Hooves,
Yeah.
knees. Anyway, I got my food and I'm going to the tables.
Do you have any garbage to put in the garbage?
And all right, so then Captain Burns nods to Lieutenant Mutar and Flounders, and he says, "All right, people of the hour here. All right, we got Pascal, Roderic, Tui-La, and Jimmy. You are at the first crack for the wilderness exam. When you are ready, please come see me."
Will do.
Pascal gives like a half like limp salute in his direction, and then just sits down and just starts peeling the fruit that he's got ready to eat as much as he can. Remembering he's still got a couple of pastries from the night before, he pulls out one of those and just eats it.
Yeah.
I'm going to... all right, I'm not supposed to roll as Red, but Red rolled anyway. So you see the human in the derby hat that you remember as Brian. He kind of goes... Psst. He's trying to beckon you over.
Yeah. Pascal kind of gives him a bit of a like turns his head slightly and before just checks where the eyes of his the rest of his group are.
So the half-orc Kislaine, she's just kind of like very boredly just looking at her food and coffee.
Sorry.
And Brian is just kind of, oh, you meant your group.
My group, yeah. So where like Jimmy and Tui-La and Roderic are kind of keeping their eyes. Are they have they got their eye on me? Are they looking away? Are they just focused on my food?
Yeah, I think
I'm playing
like
pool.
Yeah, I feel like Jimmy is focused on the food and maybe potentially still in a standoff with the centaur.
Wow.
Not like a fight standoff, but I've used this before. But again, like that scene from Parks and Rec where Ben's dad and Ron are just standing in front of each other, staring angrily as they're trying to get the bacon wrapped shrimp.
So if no one's really paying attention to him, Pascal's going to kind of switch seats or stand up, and basically he's going to walk over and grab the seat from the table and just turn it around to join Brian and the orc.
You have the dwarf. You have the dwarf in yours. He says quietly.
just lets out a sigh.
He nods, and he just, like, as the orc is shaking her head, he takes a small plate with a generous portion of sausage and a couple pieces of bacon. He says, "My eyes were bigger than my stomach."
Thank you. My eyes were a bit bigger as well last night, and he pulls out a like pastry and hands it across, neatly wrapped in like some sort of like cloth.
He gets a wide smirk as like one half of his handlebar mustache does one of these, and he nods, takes the tart, and he says, "Pleasure to do business."
Always a businessman. And he kind of Pascal then just picks up a chair, tries to gently set it down without making too much of a noise as he's kind of moving around back to his original seat.
Alright, so we got Tui playing pool, Pascal making shady bacon deals, and we got the centaur and the dwarf having a standoff. Anything else you'd like to do before you talk to the captain?
Not really going to do any plans. I guess Pascal, he'll take another look at the table to see if there's anything that's could be useful to pick up now that's not really going to go off. So fruits, breads, that sort of stuff.
Well, so you notice your dwarven party member's sack is still full to bursting with elven whey bread.
Yeah, but I also assume that our dwarven friend is never going to give any of that up.
Okay, so you notice, you know what? Make an investigation check.
Investigation 11.
You notice a baguette, which theoretically would last you, and also some leftover wedges of hard cheese.
Okay, he'll pick up the baguette and grab like a knife and just slice it down the middle and just put as much cheese into it as he can before like portioning it into 3 and wrapping each one in like a piece of like cloth or like a napkin of some sort.
All right, go ahead and add 3 rations to your pack.
Yahoo! Right.
All right. So, anything anyone else want to do before they talk to the captain?
No.
All right. So eventually you hear the captain as the lieutenants step back a little bit. He says, "All right, we're burning daylight. If you want to get to the campsite on time, you're going to need to leave as soon as possible."
All right.
As soon as possible. Oh, okay, fine.
Alright.
All right, come on then, you ugly lot. Let's go. Well, sorry, ugly only refers to one of you, really, but okay.
All right. So you gather in front of the captain and the other 2 officers, and Burns says, "All right. We've prepared this for you," and he hands whoever's standing in front a small folded map. "Use this to find your way to the campsite." Okay, so you take the map?
Yep.
Alright. "We are not going to provide you with any assistance whatsoever. Any Minuteman property, you can only take what you can carry or handle. The rest is up to you. All you need to do is make it to the campsite, survive the night, and make it back.
That sounds like fun.
Sounds like a walk in the park.
That's one thing to call it. All right. Get off. There's daylight. Let's go. Hut two, come on.
All right.
As you all leave and head off. All right. So now we are going to go something that I have spent way too long on.
Oh no.
Alright.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da. Look at that.
Make sure you make it the active map so we can see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because I can
okay,
see
yeah.
the bar.
There you go. There you go.
It's loading. Hold on.
I'm presuming the compass token is us.
Yep, the compass token is you. That's
Fun.
the party travel token.
Oh.
So here we go. So you have a map of this general area.
Mm-hmm.
So the dotted line is the landship road.
Yeah.
And then you have to make it over here to the campsite.
Hold on. Where?
Alright, so you're over here.
Yes.
And you need to go over here.
There we go.
Oh, okay,
Bottom
that's not
right.
bad.
So you have a couple choices. You can either beeline it, go right through the woods into the swamp,
Hmm.
or you can go down the road and then cut through the swamp afterwards.
Okay. And
Alternatively,
yeah.
alternative option. Okay, in terms of this, like, how detailed is the map that we have?
Yeah.
It basically lets you know where you are, where Fort Nowhere is, where the road is, and where the camp is.
Oh wait,
And
the
there
map
are...
updates. Does the map update as we move?
Uh-huh. Or no, well, not...
Ooh. Oh.
Well, this one does, but the map that you're given is just basically this area with as few labels as possible.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming the bog and the swamp are not really labeled.
No. I mean, you can tell that they're likely very swampy areas. There are, like, basic icons that you'd be able to tell.
Okay, so which
So in
is
other
the
words,
quickest? Yeah.
You'd be able to
I
tell
raised my hand in the
roughly what's a...
group.
Yep. Okay.
Talking to my group of humans or people, do you guys want me to fly around and like show us where we need to go, or like I can be a bird's eye view?
I mean, definitely wouldn't object to it. But I
Tui,
think we need to decide a plan.
Tui, real quick, roll a nature check for me, please.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Holding on.
Tui trying to find a dice.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
16.
You know that your powers are not strong enough to be a flying creature yet.
Alright.
I mean, there's always a giraffe.
Yeah.
There is a fast land animal.
Well, here's my question. I thought they had not revealed themselves as a changeling yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do know her. You do know her as a druid.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's druidic magic rather than changeling stuff. So how would I determine whether I'm good at reading this map?
That would be. Well, first things first. Do you have proficiency in cartographer tools?
That's a very good question. Where do I see my proficiencies on this? I'm going to assume that if I don't see it somewhere, I don't have it.
I would assume so too, yes.
Yeah.
Alright, let me take a look at that for you. Yeah, because that would be...
Yeah, give me a sec.
On one of the sides. Yeah, you don't have any tool proficiencies.
Nope, that's what I thought.
Now...
or wait, so I'm looking through one type of gaming set.
I've got dice and thieves tools.
Yeah, dice and thieves tool. Yep. Oh, it's way on the bottom. Yeah. Okay, so you do not know the ins and outs of mapping, but you can roll an intelligence roll to see if you can figure it out.
Yeah.
Just flat intelligence.
Yes.
And Jimmy is he's a soldier, and also he's got proficiency in nature, so he would presumably know how to read the landscape and environment fairly well. So do you want me to roll a nature check to see what he gets?
Sure. I'll allow you to roll a nature roll to see if you can find out the lay of the land.
20.
Dirty or nat?
Dirty.
Alright, so you know...
That's a dirty 20, sorry.
Yeah, it's a dirty 20. Dirty.
It's a 50 shades of 20.
50 shades of 20, gotcha. Alright. So, you realize you would cover less distance overall if you just cut it straight through, but you're going to be going through some thick forest, and you have no idea what you could find in there. It could be completely normal, or there could be something nasty that's going to eat you in your bones.
And the bones.
And the bones.
Okay.
And the bones.
You could, even though it would be slightly longer though, you could use the markers on the landship road to get far enough, and then you'd just have to deal with the difficult terrain of the swamp and maybe the occasional baddie.
In terms of map reading, Pascal definitely knows how to map read.
What was your roll?
8.
Either way,
he's confident in his ability.
Either way, it's gonna take you like 4 to 6 hours to walk this minimum, assuming you don't get waylaid by anything.
So Jimmy is going to relay what he's sort of figured out, and he's like, "Look, I'm fine personally taking the shorter route. You know, shortest route is always the best. However,
says the person of shorter stature.
But yeah, what the fuck ever. The point is, we could either take the shortest route and potentially run into, a really big monster, or we could go through the shitty swamp route. That's slightly longer, but we won't run into as many monsters potentially.
Beasties I can deal with. Swamp water, not so.
Yeah, I was gonna say we also need to remember that we have a horse with us.
Roderic looks vaguely offended at the term.
And Jimmy's just like, oh, come on, you know it's true.
I'm sorry, Roderic. Like, it's a term of endearment, okay? Like, it's the closest thing to describe, in this situation, the shortfalls. They definitely do not outweigh any benefits it's like a stairs situation. We know you struggle with those.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Danny, that you just texted me. So your druid, unless you're a moon
Yes.
druid, you're gonna have like the same levels of wild shape. So your level of druid is gonna determine what the maximum CR of beast you can change into is.
Okay. What drew?
So your circle of the land. So
Okay,
just
I wasn't
so
sure
just
about that.
yeah. So it's gonna be in the wild shape rules in just the normal druid bit in the handbook.
And the normal. I'm doing
Well-
my best, guys. I promise.
You're
No.
good.
Stop. I'm just gonna say this now, Danny. Stop panicking.
I'm not actually
fine.
panicking.
Stop stressing. Then it's even worse.
Ah!
Yeah. For the current
Um,
level, it's up to challenge rating 1/2 and no flying speed.
So Pascal kind of just gets the map. It's like,
Just really quickly, Jimmy, with the 20, this is a basin swamp, not a coastal swamp, so you're not going to have to deal with tides or anything. Like, the lay of the land as it is going to be fairly constant unless there's, like, a massive rainstorm.
And it's going to be equally as shitty coming from somebody who, outside of game, has had recently to work in multiple projects in swamps. So, either way,
It's not that bad.
Oh, it fucking sucks.
that's fine. It's fine. We
yeah.
have reasons to get away from
Also, Pascal,
yes.
either way, there's going to be a bit of a stream you have to ford, and you don't know where the bridge is. If there is a bridge.
Yeah, that's fine. Pascal kind of gets the map and is like, well, I've got the map, so we're going this way. And he just points and like he points in the general direction of like aiming to get about halfway down the land train route to out here. And then he's thinking from there kind of
about here
straight line
and
across.
then just okay. All right. So you all right? So
Pascal's like, I'm going that way. You coming?
All right. So
Can I sneak a look at the map and try and guess which route he's going to take?
Sure.
Quite easily, you can see over my shoulder. I'll say that much.
So you see over his shoulder. If you're trying to like read and investigate the map, what are you trying to discern?
I will also add that Pascal is kind of drawing at, like running his finger along the route that he's thinking.
Trying to discern whether he's leading us straight through a lake, for example.
Okay, so you can see, I would just go ahead. I think investigation would be fair, considering he's, like, tracing his finger and such.
Right. Investigation. 7.
You have no
Roderic
idea.
looks at
All
the
you
map,
just
goes,
see...
Okay.
You just see a lot of squiggles, you see a dotted line, you see some lakes. It doesn't look like you're leading it into the lake, but, you know, for all you know, there could just be a lake that's not mapped.
Alright. Can Jimmy
Road,
discern?
lake, forest edge. Alright, seems good enough. Let's go.
Can Jimmy discern where Pascal is leading them?
Go ahead, roll investigation.
He wouldn't be able to see the map, and Pascal would not be letting Jimmy see the map.
Well, yeah, but Jimmy also got like a feeling of like figured out which way was the best way already, so he's able to, in theory.
I mean, in terms of inferring, as far as you guys are aware, Pascal's kind of pointing down the steam train road thingy.
Excuse me, Pascal. Do you mind if I also look at the map real quick?
Sure, Tui. He like turns it so that Tui can read it.
What do I roll?
Yeah.
Jimmy
Oh
got a
yeah,
17.
17. All right, yeah. So, if you go a little bit down the road and then cut through, either way, you're gonna have to hit some forest and some swamp, but at least it minimizes both the way he's pointing.
All right. Jimmy's like, all right, that's fine.
I
Pointing
got a
out.
19.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, there's danger either way. Either you're gonna have to deal with the terrain in the swamp or creatures in the forest. But honestly, splits it down the middle. You might run into something, you might trip over something, but at least it's not the worst route.
Fair enough. And are we walking by land, or are we on the ship?
No,
Walking,
you
I'm
are
assuming.
completely by land. You.
By land, okay.
Yep. You are still at Fort Nowhere if you'd like to find alternative modes of transportation, but you're not guaranteed to, and that would burn time.
Okay, can Tui drop her stuff for half a second and wild shape into a giant wolf spider?
You can keep your stuff on, it's just gonna morph into you.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can use your wild shape to turn into a giant wolf spider.
Yay!
Point of note.
Wait, hold
Pascal
on before I do
hasn't-
that. Does anyone have speak with animal?
No.
Nope.
Jimmy doesn't.
Well, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be
All right,
fantastic.
So Tui just kind of looks like she has a stomach pain for a second, and then just sprouts multiple legs and is a spider.
And Pascal takes like 3 steps away from Tui, as his irrational fear has now been realized.
And Jimmy's just like, oh, and Jimmy's just like, oh, I haven't seen the giant spider, since the campaign against the giants.
Tui, as a spider with one of her legs, is gonna try and point to whoever's closest to her. She's trying to point to their bags, like to their supplies, and then at her back.
Okay, so Pascal, you see the giant spider that was your friend doing one of these at you.
Nope. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm not looking at that thing. Nope.
Jimmy sees it and he takes the initiative. He's like, all right, fine. And he just tosses his shit on the spider. He's like, come on, Pascal.
Tui grabs it and sticks it to her back with web.
Yeah. Jimmy goes, Pascal, like, come on, they're not that bad. I mean, like he's like, now if there are a swarm of them coming after you, that's a little bit of a problem. But we don't have that now.
Nope.
Pascal, roll a wisdom save as you're imagining a wall of giant wolf spiders coming after you.
No. Yes. Natural 20 for 23.
You start panicking, but you get a handle on yourself, and you're like, it's okay, that's a person, but they're a spider right now, it's fine.
Yeah, Pascal is going to whirl around and kind of lightly just throw a punch into like Jimmy's shoulder. He's got absolutely no strength, so it's not going to do anything.
You get extreme. It's like a little love tap that you get in the shoulder.
No, there's no love in this. There's no love in this. It is entirely anger.
It's more like,
No, he doesn't make any noise. The whole design of it is basically to punch you and kind of like keep going, so your shoulder kind of just rocks back a little bit. So you know that you've pissed him off and to back off.
Jimmy's like, you get one.
You have successfully
Pascal makes a
gotten
mental
one.
note. Pascal makes a mental note that he gets one every new day. They must reset on a long rest.
No, can Jimmy roll an insight to see if that's what to realize that's what he thinks?
God.
You know what?
No,
You don't really have an
that's player speak. I'm gonna say
yeah.
that.
That's player
what...
speak. You would have really no cause to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you
I would like.
Meanwhile, Roderic from like 200 meters ahead. Are you coming or what?
All right. So Roderick's ahead. What does Tui the spider do?
She is slightly behind, but is following. She wants to be the back of the pact of people. So she wants to be able to see everyone in front of her. So she's behind, but not super far away. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right, so so Pascal, ping where you were about to make the turn off the road.
It is somewhere around here.
All right, somewhere around here. All right, so you start making your way down the road over here. You don't really see much except like the occasional unflooded cranberry bog. Also, every so often there's like a signpost or a cairn as a mile marker, and
Every
you
now
get
and then you hear a thump of a leg,
and a little bit of a skitter.
Yeah.
Every single time. Pascal, how many times does that happen?
not a lot.
Not a lot.
No, but in the short journey there, how many times? Because I'm rolling a wisdom save for each, because Pascal is petrified of spiders.
You know what? Roll me a d4. Roll me a d4.
I need my d4s. Where's my d4s? I've lost all my d4s. No.
No, don't step on them.
Yeah, I'll roll for
Oh
you.
my god, I stepped on one and I couldn't walk.
Ugh.
I had a hole in my foot.
The number of times I wanted to roll a 1 right then, the amount of the time I wanted a 1. No, I rolled a 4.
All right, roll me 4 wisdom saves.
Right. 16.
Pass.
Do I need to have Pascal
6.
right?
Fail.
Do I need to have Pascal right on my back in case his legs give out?
All right. I'm gonna roll a d20. This is a behind the screen roll.
Mm-hmm. This is number 2, by the way.
You are just frozen with fear for like a solid 5 minutes.
Cool.
And you are like shattering. You're like, ah.
Right. Number 3 is a 15.
Pass.
Oh.
And a 5.
Oh.
All right. So another behind the scenes roll. So a little bit earlier, you stop, and you just bolted into the woods.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Yep.
Jimmy just sighs and it's like, I'll go get him. And he just starts walking into the woods after him.
Yeah, so you start walking into the woods. Do the rest of you follow?
I think I'm not going to.
In spider form. And
okay, so Tui is gonna do the weird
point at the baggage and say, "You want to hand those off to me, just so we don't have that happen again."
Can Tui understand him?
Well, yeah, you can. Because you're wild shaping.
But they can't understand me.
They can understand you. Because you're wild shaping, you keep your mental stats, but you can't use languages that require a mouth or lungs.
Well, yeah, because I don't have one.
Yeah. I mean, you can you can chitter. You can do like a sort of weird like insectile screech. That's about it.
She can just. Hold on. Give me a sec. Hold on.
Okay. Holding.
Everyone, hold on.
Holding.
How many wild shapes do I have? I can do like 3, right? In a row or
I
something like that?
believe so.
Something like that? Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Hold on. Oh, fuck. I really want to stay a giant wolf spider, but... I can... Okay, so Tui's gonna do... go into a wolf form instead, just kind of shift from spider to wolf, and do like a little weird... You know how spiders curl up when they die? That's gonna happen, but instead of just death, it kind of morphs down into a... not the size of a dire wolf, but like a little smaller.
So that would just be a wolf, I think, for stats purposes.
Yeah, I was gonna say just a wolf.
Yeah, I have a thing up that tells me, thankfully.
Or
and what size is this?
Or
Hold
we
on.
could just have a wolf spider riding a centaur. It's
A giant wolf spider
sounds
on a
weird to
centaur.
everyone else, but
a wolf in this is medium
that-
beast. Don't know if
yeah,
that
that-
helps.
That's basically like the same size as you categorically.
Yeah, okay. So she morphs down into this little wolf, still keeping the bag that the little ugly one threw on her back. And looks at Moebius, looks at the forest, and looks at Moebius, just
Roderic.
waiting. Just like, what am I
Roderic.
doing? Tell me what I'm doing.
Meanwhile, Pascal, you're booking it. You find a trail, thankfully, but you're still booking it.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright.
Hold on.
let's go after them. They have our map.
Real
gets
quick,
like a-
out of
Go on.
out of character, Tui is just basically Moebius's dog now. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I now
Okay.
have 2 vaguely canine critters following me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Pascal is just is like booking it, so consider him like dashing every turn.
Okay.
All right, and Jimmy is I guess booking it too, but he's also tracking Pascal.
Go ahead, roll me a survival check.
All right.
Moebius, you know you
20.
can just like. Oh, well, never mind.
It rained the other day, so there are like heavy boot prints that you're following.
Damn. Rolls nat 1. It's a drought.
Yeah. There's nothing. No trails, no broken branches, no footprints,
dust.
nothing.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming I find him, or
Yeah. I mean, also with a nat 20, you can just hear like the panic whimpering from like a while
You'd be
away.
like, oh my god! Oh my god!
What is Jimmy's movement speed?
His movement speed's 30.
Okay, so how far of a head start did I get on Jimmy? Because that gap is not closing.
It was just like a 2-second, like maybe 5-second head start.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing in my mind. Like, not that much of a gap to begin with.
So 30 feet, basically, I'm ahead of him.
Yeah.
Jimmy sees him, it's just like, hey, Pascal, calm the fuck down.
Huh? No. As Pascal's kind of running, he turns his head and looks behind him, which causes him to trip over a branch. Or a tree root.
Take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as your face hits the dirt at a weird angle.
Yeah. Jimmy just walks up and it's like, look, are we gonna have to do this the easy way or the hard way?
Hard way, got it.
It's like, great, the hard way it is. So he's going to let's see here. He's getting, first of all, can Jimmy look around to see if there are any vines or anything?
Oh no.
All right. That's perception.
Nature, maybe. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna give you perception. Yeah.
That is a Pornhub 20.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, you find, like, some climbing ivy on a tree.
Alright, he's going to cut it down, and he's going to cut a small piece off to put it into Pascal's mouth as a gag, and then he's going to use the rest to hog tie Pascal, because he's tired of hearing Pascal's whimpering. He's going to
I'm sorry, you are fighting for that. I am not letting you just do that.
All right. You know what? Contested athletics. Athletics checks from both of you.
Okay.
Oh God. Meanwhile, 1 minute back, still on the road.
17.
Yeah, Moebius. Oh no.
Yeah, you get the gag in, but you're struggling on the hog tie.
He's gonna be like, he's gonna look at him really closely, and he's like, either you calm down, or you're gonna see what it feels like to really be punched.
How close is Jimmy to him? How close is Jimmy's face to his?
I think at this point we would arrive at the scene.
Not head
Yeah.
right. He's just like looking down at
Damn
him.
it. Damn it.
That was always
Okay.
Yeah, that was like to clarify, Pascal. I was thinking, like, Izzy was like, when you're, like when you're like trying to wrangle a pet, and you're like, all right, fucking stop her, something
Anyway.
like that,
All right. Yeah. So Tui and Roderic, you come in to just this weird scene with a bunch of ivy and Pascal just freaking the fuck out.
Tui is gonna recognize that, or I might have to roll for this, but she's gonna recognize that Pascal is scared because of her spider form previously. Do I have to roll for that?
You know what? I'm gonna say
obvious.
I think it would be fairly obvious. I would say your character is fairly intelligent, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Tui's gonna, because she's wolf form now. Is Pascal scared of wolves? Scared of dogs?
No.
Okay, thank God.
No, Pascal has a love of dogs.
Oh, thank God.
You know what? I'm sorry. You go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay. Tui's gonna walk over to Pascal and like little sniff nudge type of, the thing that dogs do where they like nudge at your hand, like pet me type of thing. She's gonna sniff and nudge at his hand, and like try and calm him down.
All right, because backstory-wise, dogs are like your anti-spider, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You're no longer afraid.
And meanwhile, I'm just grabbing Jimmy by the back of the shoulder and yanking him away from Pascal.
Can we do strength? Can we do a strength roll?
Jimmy, do you resist Roderic?
No, Jimmy's already moving away now that he realizes he's coming.
No, strength roll.
No.
I wanted to see him fling.
No, Jimmy is just like, he looks down to Pascal and he's just like, we could have done this the easy way, asshole. And he just walks off.
Pascal, you now have enough composure to take the ivy out of your mouth.
Oh yeah, no, he spits out the first moment he does, and as like Jimmy mentions the easy way, Pascal just looks at him with seething resentment.
Minor interjection.
Tui's gonna nudge his hand again, or like his
minor
his foot or
interjection.
something.
minor interjection. I'm going to take a closer look at the ivy that Pascal spat out. Is that shit poisonous?
That's a good idea.
All right, yeah. Roll me a nature check.
Nature. 17 total.
It's a variant species of kudzu because it's incredibly common in North America and Afterfall. Fortunately, there are a lot of things that eat it in certain areas.
Why can't you have kudzu finally go away in your
Because
world?
it's a post-apocalyptic world.
Yes.
Damn it! That was me hoping it was poison, so Jimmy could feel bad.
Yeah.
Want to feel bad.
Fair enough.
No, I know Jimmy wouldn't. He's a cold, heartless bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Jimmy for it anyway.
So you do notice. So they do graze like cows and sheep up here pretty commonly. And it's like a subspecies that isn't as invasive. I mean, there are areas of North America that are like covered in the stuff, quite literally in Afterfall. But
All right, so Tui's gonna go slightly behind Pascal and kind of nudge him towards where everyone needs to keep going.
all right, world building break. Anyway, okay, let's go. So, you get down where you had originally intended to turn off. And, so what, you wanted to, like, beeline it to the camp from here?
I believe that was Pascal's intention, yes.
Pascal, are you still leading?
Yeah. Honestly, he's kind of doesn't really care anymore. As long as Jimmy's not in charge, he doesn't care who's in charge, whether it's him, Tui, or
the wolf. Please let the wolf be in charge.
All right.
I can't actually ask for anything.
I'm not.
You're good. Just tell me who's leading as you're blazing off the trail here.
I would love to be in charge. As with the wolf.
No issue either way.
Okay, so all right. Tui heads to the front of what she would call the pact. Looking back, not constantly, but looking back towards them enough to make sure that they're still there and still following her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to walk, not run like a wolf, but just walk towards where they need to go.
All right.
Tracking doggo.
Yeah, seriously.
Roll me a survival check, Tui.
Ooh. Hold on. What's my survival? Ooh. Come on, wolf instincts. 18.
All right. You managed to actually find a bit of a trail and make a bit of time.
Yay! I'm also not for the chat. I'm not picking my nose. I have a nose ring and I need to fix it.
You're good.
Okay.
All right.
Not saying anything. You're just being paranoid.
I'm very paranoid.
I'm very paranoid. I'm saying.
All right.
All right. Before anyone murders each other, so you're starting to get towards the border of the swamp. You're noticing like little drainage creeks that are running off in the direction you need to go. Go ahead. Are you still leading?
Yes.
Survival check, please.
Hold on.
No, should do it immediately.
No. Haha.
D20.
DM has requested you do something. You should do it immediately. No delay. For
Dirty
legal
20.
reasons, that is a joke.
Dirty 20. So you realize there's a bit of a ridge right here that you can avoid some of the worst terrain. And
Okay.
even though you gain a little bit of time, you don't just fucking die.
Sweet.
And another check.
Oh, fuck. Come on, my D20. You're doing so well. I don't want to put you in the prison. Oh, thank God. Another dirty 20.
Alright, fine. You smell something weird and turn out of the way just in time.
Oh? Can I sniff harder to figure out what it is?
Roll me a perception
Can I
check.
Can I do the aggressive?
Yeah, roll me a perception sniffing check.
Okay, wait, hold on. Is that... What's my perception in here?
Wisdom.
Plus...
You're
no.
also, as a wolf, you have keen hearing
Yeah.
and smell, so you have
that's why I was looking at it.
you have advantage on this check.
Yeah, okay, that's why I just wanted to look to see what my perception was. Okay, real quick, this is just me being new to D&D. My wolf perception is +3, but my normal Tui-La perception is +5. Which one do I go with?
Alright, so you keep your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, so I would say go with Tui's.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Oh, I didn't need it anyway. 17 +5.
Alright, with a 22...
My dice love me today.
You smell rot. You smell carrion. You smell blood on the air.
Okay, so Tui's gonna do the...
Whatever it was waiting for something to come across its path.
Okay, so Tui's gonna do the dog sniff of, like, you know when a dog digs a hole and then they shove their nose in it and just... She's gonna do that a few times. And then once the smell hits her, she's gonna, like, do the weird backup and, like, shake her head in the direction that she could smell it, just like the weird whimper shake, like, no, I don't like it, get out of my nose!
Yeah, so you smelling just this awful smell that you would recognize as, like, a stationary predator. Like an ambush predator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You just go a different way.
Yeah, so I hurry the rest of them, staying where I could smell it. I'm, like, not moving and pushing the other guys away.
All right.
And, like, not barking loudly, but, like, a little go that way.
All right.
You will have your voice because you have a mouth and lungs.
Is that...
You could literally talk to us.
Can I?
Wait, as a wolf?
As a wolf, I thought.
No, I thought it had to be like...
No, any animal. Because I don't have vocal cords. Like,
yeah,
you
don't have human vocal cords. You can make, like, an approximation, I would say, but you'd have to roll to see if it was intelligible.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna speak dog, because if at least one of them understands how dog behavior is, which I'm assuming Pascal does since he has a love for dogs, I'm just gonna use dog language.
Yeah, you see the wolf do, like, an about face after sniffing in one direction, and you're like, yeah, don't go there.
So he turns to Roderic and kind of, like, gestures to go around. And basically, he's doing everything but doing anything to help Jimmy out. Jimmy is not his friend.
Alright, party rivalry, gotta love it.
Jimmy is the problem child of the group.
He is.
Alright, so Jimmy, and that being said, are you following everyone?
Yeah, he's gonna follow everyone.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, listen to the wolf, not the other one.
So, in combination of the wolf and the person with the map, you start walking through the swamp. You do realize there seems to be like a wooden trail right here. Like somebody put down like wooden slats to make it easier to traverse.
Is it over the water?
And there's like a little tiny rickety ass bridge that goes across the stream.
Perception!
Yeah.
Alright,
Same.
roll perception on the tiny rickety ass bridge.
I was gonna say,
I'm rolling as well.
Does this bridge seem like it can support all of us, or does it have to be like a one at a time?
Alright,
Someone else gotta roll.
Alright, so
roll perception.
So you roll perception.
10, actually.
If you're looking for structural integrity, that's going to be investigation.
I got a 15.
For 15 for perception, there's no obvious threat. I mean, granted, granted the bridge looks sketchy, but you can't there's no trolls, there's nothing else hiding under it. There's no obvious thing trying to lure you into this bridge.
Jimmy's gonna try to investigate the bridge a little closer. If that's okay.
All right. So. Yeah, no, go ahead, go roll investigation. What'd you get, Pascal?
I don't think Jimmy needs to.
Okay, what did Pascal
I nat 20'd. I nat 20.
Oh.
Yeah, you did.
21 total.
So this bridge is...
Jimmy doesn't need to.
Yeah, so this bridge is indeed sketchy as fuck. It will hold you, so long as all of you are not standing on it and jumping and doing a little dance.
Okay, so like one at a time type of thing.
Yeah, basically.
And I am definitely going first because I am the heaviest.
Yeah. And Tui is gonna stand behind them, watching them very intently as they cross, just like that weird front, like her front leg, one is behind the other, like down in this weird sniff watch stalk almost position.
So if you're sniffing, I'll let you roll a perception for sniffering.
So for snifferson. 20.
Sniffy snifferson.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? So you're listening, you're smelling. You hear a little splash, and then you realize it's just a pike that's just swimming through the water. Underneath the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her ears do like a little twitch as she hears the splash, but doesn't move from her position.
Alright. So you cross this bridge one by one without any problem. I mean, yes, it does creak disconcertingly, but nothing more.
Question.
Answer.
Is it small enough for Tui to just leap over? Just for funsies.
You could try, but you don't know how deep this is. It's very muddy.
Never mind.
Smart hands.
I'm assuming we've all crossed.
Yeah, at this point you've all crossed. You've reached the camp.
Alright.
So, you see this is an area where a lot of the woody vegetation lights up a little bit. There's a bit of a shallow-ish lake, as much as you can tell. There's reeds and grass popping up everywhere, and there's a little connection of muddy land that leads to a little hillock that has an extinguished fire circle. And a crate. It's just a normal crate.
Okay.
I don't trust it.
Yeah. Jimmy is definitely going to investigate the crate.
All right.
Pascal just opens the crate.
Oh my god.
All right. You. just as you're like, oh my god, it's a crate. Pascal's like, all right, crate. You don't even need a crowbar or anything. It just opens. It's already open.
Everyone else is, oh my god, it's a crate. Pascal is, oh my god, it's a crate.
You notice a piece of paper, several tent spikes, rope, and just this massive canvas.
He grabs a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It is in a language that you can read. Okay. So it says, congratulations, you found it. Surprisingly, you're one of the few who has.
Okay.
That's not
For
creepy.
for your competence, we reward you with a group tent. Please put back after you're done. Signed, the Minuteman team. TM.
Alright.
Trademark it.
So I'm gonna assume since Jimmy, he's a soldier, he's got plenty of experience assembling tents like this, so he's just gonna start getting to work assembling the tent.
Yeah, but it is quite a large tent, so it is going to be a group effort.
Oh, Pascal is not helping Jimmy.
I'm just putting in I'm just putting in what Tui looks like right now. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. Well, I'm going with like the color of her hair,
Yeah. So like a white wolf.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
What do you want me to roll?
All right. So where it's basically gonna require all of you to put this tent up.
Flat out refusing to help Jimmy.
All right. So where you have two people that are actively not helping each other, but you still need to help in order to get this thing up. Like your group is flagging.
Tui just holds one of the rope, to nail it down in her mouth, just like, I'm here.
Tui,
I'm helping.
Tui, it might be worth dropping the wild shape so you've actually got some opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
Tui does the weird thing a dog does where she just it's like I don't wanna.
The wolf is visibly unhappy.
And then she morphs back and she's still in a crawling position, but the fur dissolves into skin again, and she just kind of stands up like, oh, fine. She morphs in the creepiest way possible. That's what I'm trying to do here.
So you imagine like imagine 80s TV show, limited budget, just fade into the other form.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Like I said, Animorphs way. You're
real quick.
I'm this guy. I'm just in case the audience is unfamiliar with Animorphs. I was just building on that.
Real quick, out of character.
Mm-hmm.
When Tui shapes back to human, is it canon that she's nude? Or
no?
Okay.
Because of the rules, anything that you went into wild shape with comes back out.
Okay. I just want to ask. I just want to make sure.
No, you're good. You do not need new clothes. This is not
This is not a clothes each time.
This is not a yeah, I was about to say this is not a 90s early 2000s werewolf movie.
Oh, I was going Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay, there you go. All right, anyway.
In terms of Pascal's help, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we're doing trying to peg it out, this canvas.
Yeah.
Is it PP style? Is it
so it's like an oval tent. It has ventilation flaps in the top, so you don't start baking in it. So it's
it's sort of like a gare or a yurt.
Yeah, kind of like definitely a more European-looking yurt. It would be the best way to describe it.
And actually, Ian, for future reference, the correct term is ger. I know people in Mongolia, and they really hate when people call it yurts, because that's not the correct term.
So what is it, ger?
Ger, yeah.
Ger or care?
Ger. Like, Gary, only take away the re part.
Okay,
Ger.
alright, so the ger. So, alright, so then a more European-looking ger sort of thing, not quite that, but you have the idea.
I'm looking it up.
Alright.
So, Pascal, like, when we're stretching out the canvas, as, like, Jimmy goes to do something, Pascal's going to, like, constantly pull a bit extra tension on his end, just to be annoying.
Alright, so now that is going to cause problems for everyone else getting this 10th up. Everyone roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. 18.
Okay.
Not one.
Not one.
Oh, 2 nat ones?
Oh,
Alright, so you do
23.
that. You do that, both of you are fine, and you're passive-aggressively staring at each other, but both Tui and Roderic fall forward onto their faces, narrowly missing tent pegs.
Tui's gonna, like, slam her hands down and stand up, walk over to, the little gremlin, grab his, like, the collar of his shirt, and I think I'm trying to debate if she's gonna do the same thing to what's his face? Pascal.
Jimmy's not the one doing anything. Jimmy's just doing the tent correctly.
So I would say roll me a perception check, Tui. Just real quick. Or actually, what's your passive perception? That's 10 plus your perception modifier.
15.
You would have noticed that there would be like a sharp tug from Pascal, and then Jimmy just sort of held it and like tried to put tension back.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Erasing what I said before, then.
Yeah.
She's
good.
gonna walk over to Pascal and grab the rope from his hand and just kind of stare him down. And I know I'm gonna have to use intimidation.
Depends. So what are you trying to get him to do?
Trying to get him to, like, calm the hell down. Like, take
All
a
right,
minute, step back.
You know what?
He's calm. He just wants to make Jimmy's life a living hell at the minute.
It's not
for trying to
really
hog tie him.
making it. It's not.
You know what? Roll me
an
roll me an intimidation. Tui.
16. Nope, 17, sorry. Math.
You can tell Tui is pissed at you for what you did. And that if you don't buck up, things are gonna come to a head.
I have a question for... Oh,
he backs down, but he's not happy about it.
Question for DM Ian, Grandmaster.
Yes. Yes.
Is there a form? Is there a form like another wolf spider situation, where Tui and Roderic can put up the tent by themselves?
It's more of a question of dexterity than strength. Where it's like you need where you need effort in multiple directions at the same time to put this up.
Also, point of note, 2 wild shapes per whatever rest it is.
Oh, I thought it was 3.
It should say it on the same chart you had for wild shape.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Wild shape. Why not coming up?
Alright,
I'm looking. Hold
remember
on.
Valor.
You're
Oh,
fine.
where is he?
Yeah, Pascal backs down. He's not happy about it, but he will stop just so we get the tent up.
Alright.
Wild
You can
shape
use this
here.
feature twice. You regain expended uses when you finish a short or long rest.
Alright, so I
Alright,
don't have it again. Got it.
So yeah, it's twice period. You're done until you take some sort of a break.
Some sort of rest.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
And right now, as you're struggling with the tent and like flopping all over the place, it's cresting well past noon.
Okay.
None of you have a
Pascal-
timepiece, so I can't give you an exact time.
The sun is high in the sky. Got it.
The sun is high and past its zenith. That's all you can tell, unless you roll me nature.
Okay.
Alright, well,
I can roll nature.
yeah, same here. I can roll nature.
Well,
What's
if
my
you
nature?
want to, yeah,
I mean,
go
I can
ahead.
also roll nature. I'm not going to, but I can.
My nature's +3.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just in one of those moments. Just had to.
So I've got a question.
I
for
can
you,
also
Ian.
roll nature. Yep.
So Jimmy is presumably, because again, he's so very experienced with these things. So presumably, he would know a way to, do it with as few people as possible. So, is there a way that I could roll like an athletics or an acrobatics to like, or sleight of hand even to see if he figures out the best way to get the tent up without Pascal?
I would say you would roll that instead of trying to tell the time.
All right. Well, I figured that's why I stopped. So, which one?
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll? Which one do you want me to roll?
I am
Of the
going to
three.
say, roll me flat intelligence.
What intelligence? Okay.
I also rolled a 19 for nature.
I
Yeah,
got a 15.
Alright, so for nature for time, I'll just do that first. You would essentially have enough time before nightfall to get this tent up, and maybe do some foraging or camp setting up otherwise.
Okay.
But your options are limited for time.
Okay. I let the
okay.
others know.
Okay,
Like, hey.
so, Pascal, you cast Unseen Servant to help. That's
Don't say it
fine.
out loud.
Shit,
Damn it.
okay. You gotta tell me
I
it's a
did
secret.
nothing.
I sent that as a private GM roll. You'll see it's a darker color than the others.
That
How do you
didn't
do
show
that?
that for me.
Yeah, no, it just showed up in the regular.
Oh, why did it not send as private? That's really stupid. Oh well.
Yeah,
What?
next time if you want to do that, just do it over Discord. I'll see it quicker.
Ooh.
Did it last
So...
time.
You know what? I'm trying to narrate too. You know what? Alright, anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so...
Unseen Servant.
So you notice just a corner of the tent just lift up by itself, quite plain as day.
Yeah.
Pascal goes and sits on top of it. Sits on the chest.
Alright, so you sit on the crate, your unseen servant is helping with the tent.
Oh no, it's just holding tension. It's not actually doing anything. It's there to basically hold it in position, and one of them has to come and actually peg it.
Alright, okay, so Jimmy, what did you get in your intelligence roll again?
15.
15. You could try to do it with less people, although it's gonna be a pain in the ass because you're already nearing minimum as it is. Especially with Pascal on his ass.
He's just gonna keep doing it with as few people as possible.
It does take you a little longer to do it than otherwise if there was another conscious person helping actively, but you do get it up.
Alright. Then he's gonna go into the woods to start, like, hunting. For,
Roll me survival check.
Okay. If my dice wouldn't fall off the fucking table. Even though I have a dice tower.
Also, Ian, that's what
Yes.
she said. You did get it up. That's what she said.
Anyways.
Anyway.
And also.
Jesus Christ.
Well, and you said you're waiting for somebody to come peg it. You really love somebody to do your pegging for you too, don't you?
Survival check, please. For hunting.
Anyways,
Roll me survival.
18.
18? Alright.
Yeah.
So you notice there is a wild boar. It's just minding its own business. It has not noticed you yet.
He's going to try to sneak up on it, and essentially stab it straight through the face. Or to the side of the face, you know what I mean.
I was about to say, the side of the face, the skull of a boar is fucking thick. But anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead, roll me stealth.
15.
Shink!
Yeah.
I rolled a 4, so...
Yeah. Just like...
Yeah, so you wound it grievously.
Alright.
Yeah, so I had previously had hunting rules in the alpha version of Afterfall, but I really need to redo them.
Okay, so here's my question: is the boar still alive?
Is the boar still alive? If it is, you can't tell.
Well, I mean, I would presume I could tell because I just stabbed it in the face.
It's like you stabbed it towards the back, so you severed something vital. Where you beat its perception. Yeah, you now have a dead boar.
All right. So he is going to bring it back to the camp and start processing.
All right. Good. That's gonna take you a bit. You are going to have some good food tonight. Yeah, because it's a decent sized boar. It's a chunky boar. So you
Roderic is on the hunt for firewood because we're in a bloody swamp. There ain't much around that we can use.
Good choice. All right. Go ahead. Roll me a survival check.
What?
What were you gonna say, Tui? Just while you're doing that?
No. Keep going. You're good.
Okay. All right. Tell me
what
what
does Mo
you
need to
got.
roll?
Survival.
Yes.
Survival. 18 total.
It takes you a good long while, and you have to backtrack a fair bit to find, like, somewhere that's dry enough. But you do come back with enough firewood to last the night.
Nice.
Can Tui just take a short rest?
Certainly.
Sweet.
Pascal hands Tui one of the thirds of the cheese baguette.
She's asleep.
Short rest, don't need to sleep. It's just
you don't need. Yeah, it's just an hour of doing fuck all is what a short rest is.
Does it recharge one of my wild shapes?
It recharges both.
Even better. Okay, yeah, I take it and kind of rip it into bite-sized pieces. Shove it in my mouth.
All right. And you know what? Just because it's the world of fantasy, Tui is not lactose intolerant.
Thank you so much.
She's mega light tolerant.
That's already me. Tui's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
look up at...
You can eat cheese in fiction, you're welcome.
Thank you! Tui's gonna look up at Pascal and kind of sigh and say thank you and apologize for previously with the tent. Like, dang, I'm sorry. We just really needed that tent up, and I know you hated him and you want to make his life hard, but we needed a place to sleep.
It was nothing against you, and again, like I hold my hands up. I shouldn't have been a dick, but the guy tried to bloody hog tie me. Like, come on.
Yeah, but that was kind of partly my fault for not warning you that I was gonna turn into a spider.
That's here and all there. Like, you didn't know. I didn't tell anyone. We're equally at fault. But fucking
How
hog
about
tying. But hog tying. Like,
how about from
who's
now
panicking?
on?
Does Jimmy hear? Does Jimmy hear this?
All right. So you're resting. You're doing the boar.
Immediately as Jimmy's left.
Yeah. So Jimmy
Okay.
Jimmy does hear it. You just hear hog tying. Seriously.
As it
Jimmy
it fades out.
Jimmy just yells back, "I gave you the option of taking the easy way, asshole."
Tui kind of face palms like, oh my god. She looks back up at Pascal since she's sitting down, just goes, how about from now on out, from here on out, if I decide to wild shape into a spider, I will let you know.
And if I decide to do something towards Jimmy, I will let you know. He says as
Deal.
like a purple like magic in his eyes starts to fade as he recontemplates his thought of launching an eldritch blast at Jimmy.
Yeah, there's a noticeable thrum in the air as you do so.
Mm-hmm.
More noticeable than it otherwise would be.
Alright. Tui takes like a mental note of that. She also says, she continues saying, also, if I wild shape into, if I morph into any creature, I will listen to you for whatever needs to be done. Because I won't be able to talk to you guys, and you guys won't be able to understand me. So I will follow your lead.
I mean, you're all right leading. Like that, you have ways of communicating that are not just talking. Like, come on.
True, but it's still kind of difficult.
Actions speak to I don't know, 85% of communication.
Yeah, that's true,
language.
but it's still rough though. It's not perfect.
Yeah. Either way, Pascal pulls out another third of his cheese baguette and just starts munching on it. He's not very outdoorsy, campy as a group thing. He's not very aware of what to do.
Did any of you bring fresh water?
No.
Yes.
No.
He brought one water skin's worth.
Tui's just used to morphing into a wolf or something to do stuff, so she's just sitting there waiting for her wild shape to come back. I just want to be a dog.
All right. So you can go ahead and do that. I'll say, as an animal, you can stomach the water.
Is my short rest over?
Soon.
Fuck. Okay.
All right. So as you notice, the sun's starting to kind of dip into sunset a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
All
you
right.
do get a stomach ache, there's always your friendly wildfire druid who knows lesser restoration.
True.
And what about the other two of you? Do you have fresh water?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
All right.
Also-
All right. Yeah. So you more or less have the water situation covered. You have food, and as long as you start it, you have fire.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. And we
I
start.
Who
have
has
to create-
fireball?
Create bonfire cantrip, even better. Or control
I have
flames,
control flames.
Or
Yeah, I was
flaming
gonna say.
sphere,
Yeah.
or scorching
Alright.
ray, or burning
Fireball.
hands,
Fireball.
Yeah.
or my fire spirit.
Well, however way it started, once it started, Jimmy is also going to prepare ahead of time and grab some of the swamp water, and he's going to first filter it out. He's going to take a cloth and he's going to filter out all the particles.
Yep.
Wait, where are you doing this? Can Tui see?
Yeah, he's doing it in camp.
Okay, Tui's just gonna watch this unfold.
Well, so this is an actual thing you do. So you filter out.
Yeah.
I also have create or destroy water.
Yes, but hang on. Anyway,
We
he's
have
gonna
the
filter
water
out-
situation handled.
He's going to prepare it anyway. He's filter out all the particles with the cloth, and then he's going to put the water in a pot, and he's going to boil it.
Okay. All right, there you go. You're making your fresh water. All right. So 3 of you can cast spells, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Everyone but Jimmy.
What is?
What is?
All right. You know, I'm gonna do it this way. The 3 of you roll me Arcana.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh. Hold on.
I'm not good at Arcana, but okay.
I am.
12.
Yeah, I'll take that. 4.
19.
19. Tui, you're the only one that, as you're sitting there, and the sun is starting to dip, you don't feel quite right, and it's definitely not the water.
Okay. Is Tui's wild shape active again?
You can, yeah.
Okay, so Tui's gonna very, very quickly, like unnaturally, like as quickly as possible, she's gonna morph back into a wolf out of fear of like not feeling right, like her heart beating like a slight panic, like when you feel like you're being watched panic.
Yeah. And it's quite the same feeling, actually. It's just the feeling of expectation that, despite the fact that there's no one else with you other than your party members, it's just, you can't shake the feeling that you're not alone. And that the very swamp around you seems choking, oppressive.
Oh.
Seems to
alive.
swallow you and your presence.
Ugh.
It's dark. But not because there isn't any light.
Can Tui roll perception?
You can roll a secondary Arcana.
Ah, that works. Ha! Guess what?
What?
17.
And you know why.
My dice love me today.
This is a fallen place. These are old places that are either marked by death or collective trauma or just dark mystery. Not everyone knows why a certain one of these places exists, but the only thing they know is bad things happen in these places. You are in you are in a place that draws malevolent energy to it like a moth to a lamp.
Okay, Tui's gonna she's gonna trot over to Pascal and nudge, like poke his leg with her nose, trying to get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
What?
She's gonna look up at him and just like whimper with her ears pinned back, to her skull.
Okay. Guys, Tui's not comfortable. There's something going on.
The only place you feel any relative safety is near the fire.
Okay, so Tui, after she realizes that Pascal has like clicked on, she starts to very slowly circle the fire. The shackles on her neck are like slightly stood up, with her ears pinned back, and her body, like her head and her tail are completely parallel with her body in like the tense way a dog is very uncomfortable.
How close is everyone to the fire right now?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm helping to
Fair-
make the cooking.
Fairly close.
I mean,
the
cooking, you know.
the glow of the fire basically covers camp, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah, Pascal moves a little bit closer, but not overly close. So you don't want to get too warm.
Yeah, Tui is like just far enough that she's not panting, like not sweating, but she's close enough that she feels somewhat comfortable, like slightly at ease.
All right. And as the sun continues to crawl lower and lower over the horizon, sunset and then dusk finds you as the air begins to grow thick with the miasmic presence of alien malevolence.
Miasmic?
Miasmic,
No.
miasmic.
No, what is it? What is it?
A miasma is like a settling presence or fog. Usually means something harmful.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
You're welcome. Alright. And so as the miasmic presence of this alien malevolence settles over you all as you cling to your flickering campfire.
Oh no.
And that's where we'll take a break.
Ah, rude.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Classic DM. Who would have thunk?
Alright.
Chat. This is your time to go and hydrate and stand up. We
Maybe
haven't done
snack.
it, so you better bloody go do it.
You got
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You, unlike us, can get up and walk away at any time.
Yep.
Therefore, if you haven't done so, why?
I love you.
Why?
I love you all. I appreciate your contributions to the stream. Take care of yourselves so you can watch more. All right, we'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. We'll see how we're all doing. All right, bye for now. For like a few minutes. For now. All right, bye. I'm also stalling because I need to hit the break button.
Then I shall... Jesus Christ!
Alright, and welcome back to the table after a break where we left it on not definitely a nail-biting cliffhanger at all. Anyway, so the party has found themselves in a very bad place in order to simply survive the night, as they were told.
Then I shall.
Did you just do it? Did you just do it again? Did you just do it again? How many are you gonna give today? What do you mean shush? It's going right across the screen. Alright.
Yep, we caught a Durak.
We did
So-
catch a Durak.
Did we catch a direct?
Yep.
Oh!
Ah.
Hello! I don't know who you are, but hello, welcome to the stream. Anyway. Alright.
That's my fault.
No, you're good. Alright, so, where was I? I got distracted. Yes, so, you're sitting around the campfire, wondering how the hell you ended up here.
We walked.
And the sun, other than walking, and the sun has nearly gone down. What do you do?
Sleep.
Panic.
Yeah.
No.
Run! No. Alright. So Pascal's sleeping. Do you go sleep in the tent? Do you find a spot around the fire on the moist ground? What do you do?
He's gonna go and roll out his bedroll that's on his pack and just sleep just inside the door to the tent.
Yeah. Jimmy is going to be keeping watch.
All
Tui
right.
is going to sit / curl up on the bottom of Pascal's rollout, whatever it is.
Alright. So all of you are in the tent except for Jimmy.
Yep.
Alright. And screen.
Well, Tui can kind of see outside the tent.
Okay, that gives me an idea of where you're positioned. Alright.
Roughly. Kind of.
Roughly. Maybe. Alright.
Possibly.
There's a good chance. Alright. So, you, Jimmy, roll me a perception for your watch.
Second.
Jimothy.
That's a dirty, dirty, dirty girl 20.
Holy heck, you've got some good rolls today.
Alright, so with the dirty 20, out of the corner of your eye, you notice something.
Uh-huh.
A small flash of light. But the moment you turn your
Okay.
head, it's gone.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Jimmy, he's been in situations like this before, and he's just like, yeah, I know the drill. It's a terrible idea for somebody to go off on their own. So he's not going to do that. He's just
You
gonna
look
stay in
back,
camp.
look at the fire.
Just remember, you guys also have a dog that can do a lot of things.
You look back, look at the fire, and then out of the corner of your eye again, just the tiniest greenish blue flash.
He's going to pop his claws to prepare in case they start coming towards.
As you're
But he's
looking
not gonna
around,
leave.
it takes you a minute, but you just see a tiny ball of light floating like this, slowly
Okay.
back and forth.
Excuse me, sorry.
Bless you.
Hell sneezer.
It's
Alright,
just
then.
shimmering, wavering, just like a little ball of fiery light.
And is it coming towards him, or
It's staying where it is for the moment.
okay? All right.
And then as you contemplate it, it disappears and stretches into thin strands of nothing.
Okay.
Creepy.
He's just like, good to know.
All right. How long do you stay on watch?
Basically the whole time.
No.
All right,
Tui's
so
gonna
you're
wake up like halfway through the night.
Really fucking long.
Tui's gonna wake up like halfway through the night and check on what's his face?
Jimmy.
Yeah, that one.
Jimmy.
Um
All right, yeah. So, are you staying as Wolf? Because in a
Yes.
couple hours you're gonna get booted out. Or wait, so watch. I'd say yeah. By now, your couple hours have elapsed. You've just suddenly woken up in people form.
alright. Yeah, laying curled up on the end of Pascal's bed. Tui wakes up groggy and eventually, like within a couple minutes, walks over to Jimmy and is like, "Hey, do you want me to switch? You kind of need some sleep."
Can I roll a Constitution to see how tired I am?
Sure. Just plain roll though. Plain Constitution save.
I got a 19.
You're starting to feel groggy, but you feel like you could stay out.
Yeah, Jimmy's like, no, I got it. I got it.
Tui's gonna narrow her eyes and like sit on a barrel, just like I'm gonna stay here anyway.
Like,
How noisy are they
yourself.
being?
They're not talking outrageously loud. Depends on how light of a sleeper you are.
With a passive perception of 11, fairly average.
All right. In that case, yeah, you're down and out for the count. Jimmy, Tui, you're just kind of sitting there looking at the fire.
Okay.
And both of you can roll a perception.
All right. Yeah.
Where's my perception? Hold on. There it is.
That would be yet another incredibly sultry 20.
I got a 17.
I request that Dane uses different dice next time because I think they're weighted.
I mean, the last time I was getting nothing but like 1s and 2s, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you left your dice in a hot place in one particular orientation?
No. No.
All right. So Jimmy notices it first. Then Tui does. Just in the blackness of the swamp, in the distant vegetation, you see something. You could swear it was just two white dots, motionless.
Okay.
They almost remind you of eyes. But the more you focus on them, the brighter they become.
Alright.
Jimmy, you do notice even against the black of the night, there's almost a vaguely humanoid silhouette against the back of the vegetation.
Alright, so Jimmy's like, leans into the wolf Tui-La, and he's just like, yeah, so that's definitely somebody out there.
Yeah, Tui agrees. She nods. And with her last wild shape, goes back into the wolf and starts sniffing around.
Perception check, I would say.
Dirty 20.
Every sense tells you to run, to look away. That
Ooh,
this
okay,
is not
so...
this is not natural. This should not be here, and yet it is. Every single sense rebels against this thing.
Okay, hold on. So the shackles on Tui's neck kind of stand up. As she continues to look in the direction of whatever it is that she saw, or like whatever she sniffed. Looking over to Jimmy, like with a small whimper.
Jimmy is not at all phased. He's just sort of like, this is gonna be a long night.
It's gonna be a long night.
You look. The both of you look away, and just you look back. It's still there, but there's also another, and it's much closer. Just barely at the edge of the firelight.
Judy's gonna carefully walk to the tent, keeping her eye on Jimmy and whatever the beings are, and she's going to gently nudge her nose against Pascal's face. Trying to wake him up.
What? I'm okay. Shoot.
Okay. What Pascal sees with Tui as a wolf form, her ears pinned back with her shackles raised, and her tail is swaying very slowly but pointed down. And she keeps like looking towards where Jimmy is.
Pascal slowly gets up and he looks across at Roderic. More than likely still asleep.
Yeah, the horse is
probably
unconscious.
And he points at Roderic and then like stands up and just kind of peeks his head around the corner of the tent so he can keep an eye on Jimmy.
The minute you look out at Jimmy, Jimmy's looking at something in the distance, but behind Jimmy, you see two white dots at the edge of the firelight.
I want to point out I have Devil's Sight.
Very clear against the edge of the firelight, you see a black silhouette. It reminds you of human, but at the same time, it couldn't be. It is simply shadow, it is simply void, it is simply a negative against the quality of existence. And the only thing to tell you that even something is there are two white dots that should be eyes.
Do I have any sort of knowledge of what this could be?
Arcana check, please.
12.
Whatever it is, it's fucking scary.
Jimmy, what the heck is that? That's maybe you should come back here a little bit.
Do you turn around, Jimmy?
Does Jimmy still see one in front of him? Is the question.
Yes.
Jimmy's like, no, because right now I am looking directly at one. So if you could keep an eye on the one that's directly fucking behind me, I could, like because otherwise, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. At this
I
point.
can see both of them, can't I?
There's also a third you've begun to notice.
Tui quickly goes books it to Jimmy in front of him and like starts backing him up closer to the campfire, not like too close, but like in the aggressive light of the campfire. And starts
Jimmy was always in the aggressive light of the campfire. He had not left. He had just been looking around.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. My
okay.
bad.
I was just clarifying. Just clarifying real quick. Yeah.
So instead of that, Tui starts like freaking out, kind of circling the campfire, like aggressively sniffing the ground. Continuing with her shackles up, trying to like sniff out more.
Hmm.
Rick pokes his head out of the tent flap.
You look where...
Cause...
You look where everyone's looking. You don't see anything.
What are you all staring at?
Although, as you're trying to find it, up the far corner of the tent, the edge of the firelight, a black humanoid silhouette with two white glowing eyes, peeking from around the corner.
All right then.
Tui like starts.
You double light radius, please.
You do
Tui
that.
Starts, like...
So what? Do you cast Control Flame?
Yep, Control Flame on the campfire. Double light radius, please.
The fire roars and the light glows and spreads out, and as it does, you've seen that there's nothing there all along. Except perhaps one pair of glowing white eyes at the far edge of the firelight.
What the hell?
What happens to the ones that Pascal is looking at that were that were there originally but now have been engulfed in the harsh light?
Nothing.
They're still there.
No, they've disappeared.
Can Tui stalk closer to the single one that Roderic sees and like do perception or something to try and find out more?
Sure. Go
with
ahead.
Her sniffer.
Yeah, roll perception.
Come on, Dice, I believe in you. I need this. 17.
17. The air grows cold Not with any noticeable chill,
Assume
but you
so.
feel like there should be. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
I was gonna say, is that it?
Roll me a wisdom
was-
saving throw.
Is it-
Hold on. Hold on. Where is it?
It'll be
There
on
it
your
is.
thing at the left hand side.
Yeah.
Well, no, top middle.
18.
Your heart quickens, your blood pounds. The very thought of being this near this thing sends your senses over the edge. Every thought runs into the next. But somehow, you still yourself and manage to maintain its gaze.
Okay, so now
But
a wolf
but only barely.
only bear like a panic attack, but like looking at it in the face.
Just looking at it, even being near it. Everything in your body tells you shouldn't be here.
Okay, so what others see if they're watching, would be Tui looking at the eyes or looking at darkness.
Both.
Both? Okay. So from that, Tui's stance becomes a lot more rigid. Her tail tucked between her legs with her ears pinned back as her body slightly shakes, and you can see fur start to like morph into skin but morph back into fur, like almost as if she's fighting, changing between.
Okay.
Like she's basically panic attack type of thing. And whimpering as well, like quietly whimpering as she does her best to continue to watch whatever it is in the darkness.
Tui, roll me an insight check. Anyone else who's staring at the thing, roll me an insight check too.
16.
hang on.
Insight. Because the thing that I was staring at just went along with the light radius. So what the
Well,
hell is
Jimmy
that?
got a 9, so he's not sure what that's going.
Jimmy, you're like, what the fuck?
Pascal got a 16 like Tui.
Okay,
yeah, I
you
asked
both got a 16?
Yeah.
You get the there's just a sinking feeling in your mind. Yes, the fire's keeping you safe. Because the creature's only curious.
Oh, I don't like that. Huh.
It's warding it off,
Oh.
but not entirely. And yet at the same
that's
time,
like that.
Roderic, I'll give you this for free, because you're a wildfire druid. You should feed the fire.
Yep. Just
Tui
gonna-
starts to like, Tui's mouth opens ever so slightly with like a small pant.
Roderic just starts to unconsciously look around the light radius for anything burnable.
There's the crate that the tent came in.
Pascal pulls out his 10 torches, like dumps them on the floor. And he literally goes and starts lighting them and staking them in the ground at the edge of the radius.
All right. You go ahead and remove those torches from your pack.
Yep.
All right.
What do you do when you get to where Tui is, though? Because she's right on the edge, like faced.
Oh yeah, like immediately, like he places one right in front of you that's lit.
The minute you
Okay.
do, it's gone.
Tui just kind of like almost collapses and just like lays down and whimpers.
But the feeling of being watched remains.
Yeah. No, she just like plops down with her eyes still where like the direction that it would have backed off to. Her body continuing to like shake slightly.
Do any of you go back to sleep?
Fuck no.
Nope.
I'm uncomfy.
I'm gonna keep the fire going.
All
And
right.
keep looking at the darkness.
Yeah.
I would say Tui is almost like paralyzed with fright still, just for like a little longer.
You manage to keep enough control over your senses that they don't just run rampant with fear, but you are deeply, and I do mean deeply, unsettled.
Yeah, so I would say that in that deeply unsettled factor that she is slightly paralyzed and just like not moving.
Another 2 hours pass. Perception checks for anyone watching.
Okay.
20. Dirty 20. Sorry.
That's 20.
Yeah.
Nice!
One.
Nice! Well,
another
not
really
nice for you.
loves yeah, I got another really loves BDSM 20.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, yeah, so you guys are like, haha, this is great, I'm being watched, they're everywhere. And
Well,
you see them near. You other than
Yes.
Pascal, you're like, fuck, and you're just like not really sure what to do with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Occasionally feeding one of my torches from my backpacks into a fire. Like, are not going out.
Alright, you do so. Yeah?
Okay, I got scared. Tui's gonna slowly move and start to circle Pascal slowly as like a way of calming herself down.
Alright, so who got the nat 20? Roderic?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. With a nat 20, you look past the shadows, and you just see an orb of bluish-green fire bobbing side to side in the distance.
I'm gonna like it.
But with a nat 20, you notice it's a spectral lantern hanging from the staff of a man in shadow.
Oh.
And the moment you try to focus on him more clearly, he's gone.
I don't like it.
Alright. If any of you sees a glowing, swinging ball of fire, point me at it. I think I have an idea.
Okay.
Wait, does he ask that to everyone?
Yes.
Jimmy with a dirty 20, you turn around and there's a shadow right behind you.
Like, so
Surprise!
how close right behind me?
Like, literally right behind you.
Okay, he's gonna immediately, because he had already popped his claws in preparation, so he's gonna immediately go for a stab.
You're gonna immediately go for a stab. Okay. I just need to check one thing.
I'm just gonna swish through the air.
Is this? I'm just checking. This is within the harsh light, right?
Uh-huh. and it is a creature of pure void, just black. The only other light coming off of it is just 2 pinprick points of white where the eyes should be.
Okay.
Jimmy, yeah, go ahead, roll to hit.
Okay. 4.
You go to punch and there's nothing there.
I'm gonna make my other attack.
Oh, go ahead.
See, that was 11. Oh, still not.
You punch into the darkness for good measure and connect with nothing.
Alright.
Real quick, right. Do you mind repeating just quickly the last little bit that you said?
Jimmy tried to punch a shadow person and it
What
disappeared.
Got it. Thank you.
Jimmy, roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. As you were right next to it.
Alright. That's one of my better stats. That is a 10.
You are shaking with fear. You are terrified. You cannot move a muscle.
Ah, fuck me.
Your body is just sweating as you are trying to figure out what the hell just crept up behind you.
Tui is still kind of circling Pascal, but watching Roderic and Jimmy. Does she see what the shadowy thing was? It's my dog's bark in the background.
You saw nothing else other than a void of black and 2 white eyes.
Okay, can I cast locate animal or plants?
On what?
The direction of where Jimmy tried to stab.
There's nothing the spell can lock onto. It's not an animal or a plant.
Okay, well that helps. It's great. Love it. 10 out of 10.
What's the duration of this happening after Pascal planted his 10 torches? Is it within an hour?
It's like after 2 hours.
Cool. Then his torches are gone.
The firelight recedes.
I mean, the fire itself is still going because you've got.
Oh, the fire, yeah.
Just the light.
The light from the torches, yeah.
All you see are just 10 cold torches staked in the ground at the edge of the firelight.
That's lovely.
Pascal is gonna stand up and staying around 5 feet from the edge of the like where the light starts to fade. He's gonna just kind of walk around the fire, like keeping his eyes out into the forest and the swamp beyond, looking for anything. The minute he sees something, he's gonna attempt to Eldritch Blast it without hesitation.
All right then.
The night is unsettlingly still. Behind the screen roll. Okay. Roll me a perception check.
I need to remember what my perception skill is. 17.
You see a small man in a hat just sort of walking in the swamp.
Ding. Eldritch Blast. Hey, he said if he sees anything moving, he's Eldritch Blasting it.
Yeah, there's just it's like just a small, like, shadow of
Tiny
a person.
mushroom cloud.
Yeah, roll to hit, please.
That is a 15.
That is a 15. You hear a very loud, like, ah! And a few moments later, an arrow sails by your head. The fuck?
Holds his hand up. Sorry, spooked me. Like, maybe you should, like, announce your presence.
What appears to be a small man, almost dwarf-sized, walk into the firelight. He's really weird. He's got, like, a really long nose and kind of, like, haunch shoulders. His clothes, they look very well put together, but his hat is just, like, very whimsically large, covered in, like, moss and sticks. And he's holding on to just a flint spear, looking at you. The hell? What's wrong with you? Firing at random people in the dark.
You didn't announce yourself. Like, it's
yeah, because I live over there. This is my yard. You guys coming unannounced. First it was the people, like, a couple months ago. I have told your company, I sent them a letter that I live here. They can't do this here.
Sure they did.
And I'm sure that you will be thoroughly compensated eventually.
Eventually.
Look, man, I had to scrape someone off a rock the other day. Off a rock. This is not a place for people.
Yeah, you live here. Are you not a person?
What you told, mister? I've been here longer than any of you. Any of you, and I do mean you as in your people.
What should we be aware of then? Tell me. Like, come on. Give us the information. Help us. We'll be out here in the morning.
You shot at me! Like... I ain't telling you jack shit!
Intimidation.
Alright, go ahead and roll intimidation.
Other thing, longer than you as in your people? That feels like something we as druids should know about.
Yeah, this is some kind of nature spirit. Something that is essentially a part of the land.
So, that would be a 23.
Oh, damn.
I can shoot at you again. This time, though, I'll hit.
Okay, pal. Just to let you know, my family holds a grudge. Just let me tell you.
And so does mine.
Tui's gonna walk forward towards the nature person, spirit, moss creature. She's gonna walk towards him, sniff him a little. And I'm assuming I might have to roll for this, but the creature is, like, friendly. Like, he's fine.
It's other than having shot an arrow at your friend, yeah.
Okay, so Tui's gonna, like, walk around his legs, sniffing a little, and then sit and wag her tail, looking at Pascal, kind of giving him the incantation that this being is okay.
I'm gonna give it to you because you're. I'm gonna give it to you because you're in wolf form right now. This thing smells otherworldly, and also powerful.
But do I smell any, like, negativity, like anything that would create panic?
Nothing you would outwardly notice. No, I'll just give that to you because it's kind of obvious. He's there. He's, like, trying to see why strangers are camping on his lawn, essentially.
Can I do a nature check to see if Tui knows that he's a nature spirit and like knows what he is.
Arcana check.
Arcana. Okay.
Pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing for Roderic.
Yep.
16.
16.
Arcana.
Yeah, Pascal.
I was going to say, while that's going on, Pascal's like, so are you going to tell me what I need to be afraid of out here? Or are you just wasting my time?
Dude, you're on my lawn.
Yeah, and as I said, we'll be gone in the morning. Well, we're leaving in the morning.
Well, okay, you better. All right. Guys, you can come out. You're creeping me out. It's that time of night. Really? You just see like 3 or 4 others just come back into the light. And it's like they're like, one's got a sling, another's got a bow, and the other has a spear. They all sort of stand next to each other.
Does any of them have a lamp?
No.
Oh, okay.
Roderic, what did you get?
12.
12?
Yep.
Okay.
I got a 16.
16. With a 16, the actual name is lost, mainly because you should really be going around using true names carefully, but locals call it a puckwudgie.
Okay.
It is an otherworldly spirit that has been along here, as people can remember. Some people think even well before the fall.
Okay, so Tui kind of like.
What was that, Jimmy?
I said since the summer. He said long before the fall.
Jesus
Tui
Christ.
just kind of gives the hint towards Pascal that these creatures aren't here to harm us.
So we can sleep fine, just so long as we leave by midday tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, I just wouldn't let that thing go out, and he points to the fire.
Why wouldn't you let that thing go out? Like, explain.
Oh, yeah, you haven't seen them? I mean, well, what? We got... Well, I mean, some people call them will-o'-wisps. I know some of you call them, like, lantern men. Like, they try and lead you out into the swamp for, like, other things to get you, like the swamp itself, or, like, shadow folk, or... there's honestly a lot of things.
Yeah,
Okay.
Definitely seen them.
Oh, shadow folk, the literal embodiment of fear itself? Yeah, okay, yeah, no, there's no mistaking them.
Yeah, so as long as the fire's lit, we're fine.
Pretty much, yeah.
Jimmy,
Can you spare some wood?
Supposed to be an initiation test for recruits.
Dude, you were really rude to me just now. You've been intimidating me this whole time, and you want me to give you shit.
No, I said, can we borrow? We'll replace it.
Jimmy leans in, don't give him anything.
Oh, you say this to the person? Or you say this to the puckwudgie?
Yes, I say this to the puckwudgie.
Yeah, he looks at you, he's like, it's my lawn, I can give whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, so you're gonna give us some? Oh, brilliant, thanks.
Yeah, and Jimmy goes, okay, well in that case, give me all your food.
I am immediately going to clonk Jimmy over the head.
Jimmy, you hear a whisper, and suddenly you can't see.
Jimmy's just like, make me blind all you want. I still want all your fucking food if you're gonna do. It's like you just doubled your quota.
Pascal whispers under his breath, if you really want to hurt him, take away his ability to taste.
How do I know this is not reverse psychology?
Oh, no.
Yeah, like, I know what that is. I live in the woods. I'm not dumb.
No. He eats a lot. So to make it taste of nothingness is going to be brilliant.
Give him the genetic compound where you can't process alcohol.
Roll persuasion, Pascal.
Oh.
Oh, that's the one thing I'm not good at. 17.
Alright, with a 17, it's like, the puck wedgie leans in. What is he like?
With that,
Meats.
Jimmy, I'm assuming Jimmy can still hear this, right? Or is he
We're
blind?
talking hush tones.
Yeah, you're hush tones, you know they're talking.
Well, no, I meant they're talking hush tones now, but they were saying it out loud a little bit earlier. So did he hear the first part?
No, because Pascal leaned in and was like, "You should take away his
Yeah,
sense of
yeah.
taste."
Yeah. I'm gonna give it to Pascal on this one.
All right.
So, they
Anything meat.
All right, yeah. So you notice the puck wedgie leans away. He nods and just kind of like does like a little hand signal to his compatriots. And Jimmy, you don't notice anything outwardly.
Everything's fine.
Other than the sound, the crashing in the background.
Other than the crashing, and then the moment your sight comes back, Tui's gone.
Yeah.
The rest of you notice this too?
Huh? Where's Tui on? Huh?
I
Tui?
didn't say anything.
Okay. Alright, well, alright, well, you folks, have a good night. Don't shoot at anyone in the dark unless they are directly menacing you.
Oh, that's aimed at me? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And please, for the love of the creator and everything else, could you please tell your company to stop using our lawn as a training ground? We're sick of it.
Will do.
Okay.
I promise I will tell them. Oh, well, I don't promise. I will do my best to inform them. I can't guarantee any action will be taken.
Yeah,
that's what the last guy said.
Well, that's what Jimmy says too.
We're trainees.
Yeah, that's what Jimmy says. Like, look, we have no fucking authority here. Sorry.
You know what? Fair, but it was worth a shot. It's just we're sick of it. And then like they start walking off into the swamp.
Yeah, Jimmy just says, "Yeah, we're essentially the equivalent of you asking us for your manager for future reference."
Boy.
All right, well, have
Just
fun with that.
Just really quick for everyone. 2-second dog break.
Oh, that was a good 2-second dog break. All right.
1, 2.
All right. So, Tui, you just tell me when you come back.
Okay.
All right. So, just in a moment, just that strange encounter breaking up the fear just enough that the next 2 hours just pass by relatively uneventfully.
Pascal goes and tries to get another 2 hours of sleep.
The moment you fall asleep, it's morning.
Yay. He sleeps. He sleeps for the day. He is making sure that he gets at least 8 hours of sleep.
Alright. Yeah, so you do know you do have to go back to Fort Nowhere, though.
Oh yeah, but he also remembers telling the guy he's got till midday till he has to leave. He ain't in any rush.
Alright, yeah, so waking up. So Tui, you back yet?
Sure.
Alright, tell the fine folks what you were doing in the swamp.
Looking for wood for the fire.
Alright, so were you in wolf form the entire time?
Correct.
You come back with a very large stick.
Ah! Stick.
Roderic just sees Tui-La trotting back in with a branch twice her size.
like panting, like her tail wagging vigorously, just trotting along while it's dragging behind her, just like deep, 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 deep.
Yeah. Alright, so you
Where the
arrive in
cinders
camp
did you
with a
find that?
large stick.
Where the cinders did you find that? Alright, never mind, let's go.
She drops it at his feet.
Alright, never mind,
Stick.
that's going into fire, and I'm going to start cutting the stick up and saving the best bit for Tui, because I assume she wants some of it when she's in her dog form.
Stick.
Alright, so yeah, the wolf drops the stick, you process the stick and put it in the fire. The morning
I
comes.
keep calling it a stick when in reality it is a branch.
It's a branch.
Yeah.
It's a
branch.
It's a
Almost an
large
entire
branch.
sapling.
Technically, branches are also sticks, so.
Shush
But
with
it's a
the logic.
question
We
of
don't need logic
scale.
here. This is a logicless place. Thank you.
But
Thank
logic
you very
does
much.
return in the morning as the feeling of malevolence and oppression just eases. And you see a passing Bigfoot just sort of wave as it goes into the woods.
Love
I
that.
wave back.
Oh, I wanted to add on Tui had like a short rest, which is why she like was out for so long.
Okay. Hang on, I just need to roll.
Which is
something for
another
that.
reason why she's still in her wolf form.
Yeah, and you also had to hide from something that was following you and you couldn't tell what it was, but you escaped.
Ah, fun.
Things indeed.
Thank you, D20. Anyway.
Ah.
So, you start making your way back. At what point?
Roughly 2
Mid-morning.
hours after sunup.
Mid-morning.
Yeah. Tui sniffs around, makes sure that we don't like no one forgets anything, and she grabs like someone. You guys can pick. She grabs someone's bag and just like carries it in her mouth.
All right. So let's go do this. So you start reversing your way.
I'm waiting for someone to play fetch with her, to be honest.
Yeah,
Roderic might, once we're out of a swamp proper.
because the way I do it, when you adopt the form of something else, usually some of the instincts of that form rub off while you're in it.
Another reason why she had the huge branch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's shtick.
So, who's leading the charge this time? Oh wait, before I forget, as you're heading off, Constitution saves from all of you.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Right.
Hang on.
Because none of you had
Hold on.
more than like a couple hours of sleep.
Yeah.
True.
Oh
Oh my god, I love my dice.
I got a 12.
24 with a +4 in Constitution save.
17.
17?
Okay,
Wait.
not 20.
Yeah, 17.
Natural
Also-
20.
It's a clean 20. It's very nice and clean and pristine. And not
All right.
dirty.
Mo, what did Roderick get?
12 also.
12.
All
All
right.
right. So 2 12s. You have a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Right.
I have room for not the centaur, but I have room for one human to basically ride me.
Jimmy, do you ride the wolf?
The wolf.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right.
She just continues to trot.
I would
how
offer to carry the centaur, but they weigh too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry, dude. You're on your own.
All right. So both of you are like, I'm groggy, I'm miserable, but it's a good day.
It's an okay day.
Good day indeed. And before we leave the swamp, I'm going to prepare a small offering for the nature spirits, because the worst thing you can do is offend the spirit.
What do you
True.
give the spirits?
Well, I only have a couple of rations on me at the moment, but I do know and have prepared good berry.
So do you
So,
leave a bunch of
if
good
you-
berries?
Yeah, a few rations and with good berries.
Tui offers a stick.
All right. So good berries and a stick. All right.
And a
And
small
a couple of tarts.
And a couple tarts.
A small stick.
As you're walking along, Roderic, what's your passive perception?
15.
Wow, you had that answer ready.
You pat your pocket and you realize that there's a flint arrowhead in it as you're walking along. I can't hear you.
So who's leading us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I stop briefly and bow in the direction of the swamp.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So yeah, you give a gift to the Puckwudgies. You have a feeling the Puckwudgies were like, okay, boop. But so, all right, you keep going forward, and if there's anything anyone wants to do, who's leading, by the way?
I'm just I'm doing my best to backtrack the route we came.
Because of your earlier roles, you're doing an okay job. Yeah, who's leading? Is it Pascal or
Pascal is kind of he wants to get out of this place as quick as he possibly can. So he is kind of just power walking ahead of the group.
Okay, roll me a survival.
A survival?
A survival.
Ooh, that's dirty.
Dirty 20?
Yep.
You reach a fork in the trail. You hear
Is it
skittering
two-prong?
Two-prong. Down one prong, you hear some really aggressive chittering, and you decide to go the other way.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Honestly.
Alright, so you get back to the main stretch. And like good way into the afternoon, you make it back to Fort Nowhere. And there, waiting at the gate, you see Captain Burns and Lieutenants Mutar and Flounders. Both the lieutenants hand a gold piece to Captain Burns as Captain Burns welcomes you back.
Pascal, as he walks past, just goes, "Oh, sorry, I forgot to put this back," and hands them the note that was in the chest.
Yeah.
Burns takes the note. Captain Burns is, All right, he crumples it up and just throws it.
Sorry, just thought you might need some proof that we actually went there and didn't go somewhere different.
Burns says, "Oh no, we know."
Another angry letter?
Hmm?
You get another angry letter, didn't you?
Oh, we get those all the time. What are you talking about?
Never mind. He walks past. if they're not stopping him, he's gonna walk past and go and like actually get into bed.
The
yeah,
citizens
you-
of the
you- you-
swamp are highly displeased, and isn't this supposed to be an initiation trial for recruits?
Yeah, why?
The area is way too dangerous for recruits.
Do you remember what company you're getting hired for?
I do. And I still think that area is far too dangerous.
Okay.
What is the loss
So
rate of recruits?
so you found your way there. So that shows your mental skills are up to par, yes. You survived the night by figuring out how to survive the spirits of the swamp. Yes?
Also true.
You're gonna be facing much worse things in this company.
Jimmy just
noted.
goes. Yeah, Jimmy just goes. Yeah. Okay. So let me rephrase what he's trying to say. We are not your fucking. I don't like being asked for my manager because you keep fucking with people's lawn.
What are you talking about?
He just
And
slaps his
Roderic
face and goes
face palms.
well, I mean, like Pascal already tried to do the same thing, so I don't want to. You know, yeah, and Jimmy's just like, okay, let me rephrase it. You, mercenary, make we recruit go bug shit out of people in swamp. People
Let
in
it
swamp
go,
not happy.
please.
What?
I am
Somebody
too
lives out there?
tired to deal with this.
Who lives in the
People
middle
in
of
swamp.
who lives in the middle of the triangle?
Points to Pascal. He's like, he already told you about the fucking letter. Oh my fucking gods!
What letter?
Like, do I need to?
The letter that was in the crate?
And he's like, Pascal, I know you don't like me right now, but Jesus fucking Christ! And he just walks off. Like, tell him.
Person living in
Yeah.
swamp sent letter to say stop sending people. You've ignored it. Either you haven't received it or you've ignored it, or it's above your pay grade. Either way, stop sending people there. They're gonna get pissed off, and then it's gonna be look bad on the company. And he walks to bed.
Yeah,
Burns is just looking back and forth like, huh? And it's just he looks at one of the lieutenants. The lieutenant shrugs.
The one, as like Pascal walks off, he kind of power walks past Jimmy and is like, honestly, these military folk have got like no brain cells.
And Jimmy's like, you have, yeah, this is bad. He's like, this is really fucking bad. Like, he's like, I don't, like, he's like, I don't know how much blunter we could have been. You know, like,
I'm more surprised Jimmy doesn't notice that like blatant dig at Jimmy.
He gets it, but he's focusing mainly at you know them because it's just sort of like he was just like, Jesus fucking Christ, like I dumbed it down so much for
the moment you're saying this to each other, you see Private Pards running back. He has like a letter in his hand. You hear something vaguely along the lines of, "Sir, this was in your dry cleaning." And just you see Burns takes the envelope, breaks the wax seal, pulls out the letter, opens it, adjusts his glasses, reads it, takes a deep breath in. Tell management. And that's where we'll end today's session.
with us essentially chewing out our bosses.
Yep. You will get a certain understanding of that is a very much Pascal thing to do. He will chew out people with responsibility.
Yeah.
Well, we ended on that nice half bonding moment between Pascal and Jimmy.
Yay, progress.
What better way to make friends than common enemies?
Touche.
Yeah.
Especially when that common enemy is bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, how'd you like that session, guys?
Yep.
It was a session.
It was a session.
You avoided 2 fights I had prepared.
Yep.
Haha, suck it.
Avoided.
No, I love it. It happened in the best way, honestly.
It was
Avoided 2 fights.
on the way back, and the weird ass spirit man with the spirit lantern. Because if I had spotted that spirit lantern again, I would have dropped a flame sphere on it. Just have a ball of fire.
Yeah,
it's likewise. If I'd seen that thing instead of the nature spirit, that thing was getting an eldritch blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because that for the folks at home, that area, the Hockomock Swamp, that's actually a real area in somewhere in southeastern Massachusetts called the Bridgewater Triangle. Look it up; it's a fun urban legend. Also, disappearances, murder. Ooh. Anyway, so. Keep an eye out on my Discord for the announcement for the next session. Hopefully there's going to be one at the end of the month, but we are going to talk to these lovely people and see what schedules work.
Yeah.
So,
My
that
schedule
being
is
said-
my schedule.
yes, it
Dun, dun,
is.
dun, 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 dun.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you to my lovely audience for supporting the stream, coming here, watching us be total dipshits in a terrifying fantasy world.
Yay. It's not terrifying. It's just mildly scary. For
It's
now.
just D&D.
For now. The minute you say mildly scary to me, I am gonna pull out all the stops. That was a stop. You don't know what I've written for this setting. It gets worse.
It's
I know it gets worse.
fine.
All
We
right.
have another game running where we are going to face off against the equivalent of an elder brain with minimal preparation, so
Oh my god,
Baldur's
yeah.
Gate 3.
The minute you guys are like, oh, let me go for firewood, I am like, yeah, I see how this campaign's gonna go. Alright.
Well,
Oh,
meanwhile,
man.
I
You never
dumped over
know.
half of my torches into that bonfire, just like one
Over
roughly every
half.
half hour.
Oh, yeah, I have 0 left. I burnt 10 torches in 1 hour. There is a certain, like, oh shit moment
yeah.
for Pascal where he went nuclear and is now paying for it. Quite
Yeah.
literally,
Torches
he
are
needs to buy
cheap.
new torches.
Torches are cheap.
Yeah. Well, not to mention, too, if you look in the items tab, you can get oil lamps.
Ooh.
Might be buying an oil lamp.
Alright. Well, we're gonna end it here so our players can go get some well-deserved rest.
Sleep.
And keep an eye on the notification. Join the server with the links down below. Check out my Ko-Fi, because I finally set that up. Is it Ko-Fi?
Hey.
Coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee? Coffee?
Coffee or
Alright.
coffee?
Kofifi. All right. So, oh my god, today was the day. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you later, chat.
Waves, hubs.